Hi everyone, Vanessa Hogle here. I said that I would do a video blog on meditation and past life regression my way. So, not a, I'm not a professional, so don't get your hopes up. This is just what I've learned, the results of it, and you might be able to try some of this yourself and see if it works for you. So, uh, kind of gotten good at it, I guess. So it's something that I don't really have any trouble with. So I think the way that I learned and the things that I learned from other people and I've kind of put them together. I think it's a really easy way for people who want to give that a go. Um, Probably the best way to do it. I'll tell you how I do it, and then I will tell you two separate experiences, one with this and one that actually came after the fact in a dream. So I kind of just did it without knowing it, if that makes any sense. Other ones I don't really want to talk about yet, so we'll just we'll leave that for another day. Um, Talking to different people and getting different ideas from them, and then finding something. Sorry, I've had my hair up in a barrette all day, so it looks like poo. Um, Finding something that worked for myself. Uh, wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And so I'm just going to give you the breakdown of it. You have to have, for me at least, had to have pretty much complete silence. If you're not going to listen to actual meditation music, which they didn't have back in the day, so you don't really need it. But if you're not going to listen to something like that, I would suggest a completely silent room. I prefer laying down. They say you can do this sitting up. My preference is laying down. It just works better for me. And it needs to be as dark as possible. If you need candles lit, that's fine. But what you have to imagine for yourself is almost a void. Inky black darkness. So that's kind of got to be in your mind. And that can be the only thing in your mind. You have to have almost an empty thought pattern. There's nothing in there, because it isn't uncommon to be able to put an idea in your head and have it affect this experience, and then you think it's a memory, a past life memory. Okay, so you want to be really careful with that, because you want this to be as accurate as possible for yourself. And the way that I do it, again, darkness. I don't even use candles. Okay, so I'm as black as can be. Total silence, and unless I'm in the bathtub, then I use like Gregorian chants. But anyway, which I actually don't recommend doing this in the bathroom until I'm in the bathtub, until you're a little bit better at it, because damn. Okay, we're just gonna leave it at that. But if you just clear your mind, total darkness, laying down, and you have to have the only thought in your head being the image of almost space. It's just dark, a complete void. And when you are able to do that, you can actually feel that darkness kind of come all the way around you, almost as if you are floating. And you won't even feel the bed underneath you. It's kind of like a nitrous high when you're at the dentist. Remember when they crank it up? So it's like you're floating. Kind of the same thing. Okay, only there's no nitrous. And the way to do this, to be able to get to that place where you can pull these memories, because we all have them. If you've had more than one life, there's a memory stuck in you somewhere. So what I was told to do, and what I do is I visualize the 7 chakras as they're coming at me. And that is the number and the color together. It could even just be a colored number, however you want to do it. If you want an aura with the number in the center, or if you want the number itself just to be the same color as that chakra, you can do that. So if you do, if you're going 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you would do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. I think is how it goes. So that would start at I always forget the names of them. You think I'd have this shit memorized. It's your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown. So again, that is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. Okay? I think it's indigo and purple. Maybe it's purple indigo. Either way, your top, your crown is the lighter version. So, and you just imagine those. And it will take some time. Okay? You might have to go through this 10 times in one sitting in order to be able to get your mind to understand you need to see the color and the number at the same time. But when you do, I can almost guarantee you that you will be in a place that is comfortable enough to allow those memories to come in. Okay? Because some of them aren't good. Just gonna tell you that. Okay? My first time, I was actually able to achieve this my first time. Go figure. And it was not a good memory. It was not a good memory at all. I was running in this memory, a much younger version of myself. But it was me. But it was me about 400 years ago, maybe? Maybe. I was barefoot. Still a hippie chick even back then, okay? I was barefoot. I was tiny. I'm not the biggest person in the world anyway, but I was tiny, you know. And I had on a long skirt, very long. I would say probably ankle length, very heavy. I could feel every blade of grass under my feet. I could feel the dew on the grass, you know, the wetness of the grass. I could feel that the weight of the skirt. I could feel the roughness of the material of my blouse. I could feel the weight of the cloak that was on my shoulders, and the almost the slapping of the hood on my back as I'm running. Now, I know y'all caught it already. Cloak, hood, yeah, witchy chick, okay? Even back then. So, so's Jana. Say, hey. So, hey. There's Jana. You can come over and say hi anytime you want to. But, I see my girl. There's my Jana. Hi. I was running and I was happy, which is great, you know, because we all want to be happy, right? I was feeling, it was a very free feeling. I didn't have any fear in me. I didn't have any apprehension whatsoever. I could hear the people behind me, but I wasn't even bothered then, because I could hear female as well as male voices. So I'm like, well, there's a bunch of chicks back there too, so I'm totally cool, right? No. Something told me eventually that this was not probably the most ideal situation for me to be in, and I picked up the pace and I started running faster and harder, and I mean just pounding the dirt, so to speak. And it was really strange, because I can kind of hear them gaining on me, because it's a bunch of them, it's one of me. And I'm trying really hard. I'm running like crazy, but I'm starting to feel the fear. And it's pitch black, but I knew where I was going, which is odd, you know. And then it was like the clouds parted in this middle of the night event, and the moon just shone so bright in one beam, and a split second of light hit this knot on this huge tree branch that was hanging down, and I hit it, and just, right there, knocked me clean out. Okay. I came to out of that body, in my body now. And this was actually about 12 years ago, but in my body now, and I watched them hang me. Yeah, that's why I don't like stuff around my throat, I'm guessing. Why they did it? It's anybody's guess, you know. They did weird shit like that, you know. Hell, they did it here in America, you know. You know, actually, I don't know if they, they hung, they stoned, They pressed one guy. Um, but this was even before then. This was a long time ago. Ironically, I was years later, so like 2 years ago, so this was like 10 years after that memory. I was reading remote viewing for NP Paranormal, and they went to a place called Nine Ladies Stone Circle, and lo and behold, that's where it was. You know, recognized it. So, and they got an EVP live asking for me by name. Isn't that weird? Can you imagine that? You know, you're live, you're doing a remote view, and they get an EVP 2,000 almost miles away asking for you. Okay. Too shabby for Vanessa, okay? Pretty damn cool, I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, so that's how I did that one. And like I said, it will take a while. It'll take you a little bit in order to get that comfort level. I don't know why it only took me that one time of being able to do it. I think it's because something was telling me at that point I needed to know that information. I needed to have that information of who and what I was in order for me to be comfortable in this body today. Okay, so there's that one. The other one came about 2 years later in a dream, and this was really bizarre. Okay, I was dating somebody at the time, and it was really strange. I had a townhome, nice little haunted townhome, you know, here in Oklahoma, and my son was with his dad on this particular night, and I'd fallen asleep. I didn't have cable or nothing like that. I didn't have anything. I was broke, you know, and so I don't know how this would have got into my head any other way. Okay, I think the only thing I had was Friends and Roseanne DVDs, and trust me, this shit's not on any of them. Okay, I was dreaming that I was running through this courtyard, because it's not a village. It wasn't that. And I was holding the hand of the man I was now dating. And I knew it was his. I couldn't see his face, but I knew it was his. And we were looking for somebody. And I mean, I wasn't really cognizant of what was going on as far as that part of it went. What I was focused more on was as we're running through this courtyard, like this huge castle courtyard, and there are these long wooden tables that are laid out, and people are eating at them, and everybody is up, and they're gathering, you know, gathered around, and all in very medieval looking clothes. I don't know how else to describe it. When some people would look at me and I would look at them, and this didn't happen with everybody. It was like 4 out of 10 people that I looked at, they would grow these large black boils on their face, and when they would go to smile at me, those black boils would burst and it would start running down their face, but they were unaware. Weird. Okay, we're going to just go ahead and just agree that that is bizarre. Okay, but I'm taking, like in this dream, I'm taking a mental picture of these people on this, and this wasn't even during like nighttime sleep. This was a nap, you know. And so I called my boyfriend and I was telling him about it, and I was describing some of the people, and I got to describing this one fella, and he says, "You know who that is, right?" And I said, "No, not even close. I don't have any freaking idea." And so he gave me a name, and I went and looked it up on the computer, and it was, what was it, Jan? Was it William the Black? Is that who it was? William the Black. Because remember, it's Jason. Remember? It was William the Black. And sure enough, I looked that man up, and that was him. So, no previous knowledge of him. Didn't know the man existed. Yet I'm dreaming about him. I could describe him perfectly to my then boyfriend. And apparently all this plague shit on people's faces. How fun is that? So like I told you, and you know, I mean, when I started this, I think most people, if they're wanting to learn about past lives, they want to hear they're somebody famous, or they want to romanticize it. And I'm not saying that's anybody that contacted me about this today, but I'm saying the general population. You know, just like those damn Facebook quizzes, you know, they tell you, you know, who you were in a past life. Now, granted, I have got Eleanor of Aquitaine, and you know what? I'll take it. Badass bitch. But fact of the matter is, we're all nobodies when it comes right down to it. And we've probably had some pretty rough lives. So when you do this, you might want to keep that in the back of your mind before you start, that what you see might not be something you want to know, but it might be something you need to know. That leads into this last little segment that I'm going to get off of here because, you know, I'm only doing 20 minutes, okay? I was with, you know, boyfriend when I had that last dream. You know, I have had other past life memories resurface since with other people that have come into my life. It's one thing to have lived a past life or known somebody in a past life. You know, it's one thing to know that. It's a whole other thing to think that because they've come into your life again, that they're meant to stay. They're not always. So that's something that you really, it's really easy to romanticize something and say that because you know you've had a past life with somebody that, and you've come into contact with them again, that they're the one, they're meant to be the one. You're headed for a whole lot of disappointment if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for a past life experience to justify a current existence, because it doesn't work that way. Now, granted, there are a whole lot of meetings of the souls happening right now. I've had a lot of people come into my life who are unbelievably important to me. And we all know that we have shared experiences in the past. But there is a difference. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Please put any questions at the bottom of this that you need to, and I'll address them as quick as I can. And talk amongst yourselves. If somebody else has an answer, by all means, put that shit on there, okay? There are no experts, myself included. So, hey, I'm doing it under 20 minutes. Rock on me. So, love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.